Assalamualaikum. My name is Wanufra binti Waranzali. My number ID is KBJ 2004-10786. I'm from section 1.
Hello, my name is Maisarah binti Zulkifli. My ID number is KBJ 2004-10787. Georgetown is the capital city of the Malaysian state of Penang. Georgetown is Malaysia's third most populous city with 708,127 inhabitants as of 2010, while Greater Penang, with population of 2,412,616, is the nation's second largest conurbation in the country of the Greater Kuala Lumpur. The historical core of Georgetown has been inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2008. Georgetown was the first British settlement in Southeast Asia. Due to the intermingling of the various ethnicities and religions that arrived on its shores, Georgetown acquired a large eclectic assortment of colonial and Asian architectural sites. It gains a reputation as Malaysian gastronomic capital for its distinct and ubiquitous street food. Moreover, the city hosts unique cultural heritage such as the Peranakans, whose legacies are still visible on Penang's architecture and cuisine. The city of Georgetown includes Bayan Lepas Free Industrial Zone, a high-tech regarded as the Silicon Valley of the East. The city also serves as the financial center of northern Malaysia as the nation's most vital medical tourism hub. Logistically, the Penang International Airport links Georgetown with several major regional cities, while a ferry serves the Penang Bridge and the second Penang Bridge connect the city with the rest of Peninsula Malaysia.
So, I will tell you about the history of Georgetown. The history of Georgetown began with its establishment by Captain Francis Light of the British East India Company in 1786. Founded as a free port, Georgetown became the first British settlement in Southeast Asia and prospered in 19th century as one of the vital British entry ports within the region. During World War II, Georgetown was militarily occupied by the Japanese Empire between 1941 and 1945. At the war's end, it became the first city in British Malaya to be liberated under Operation Juris. Following the dissolution of the Straits Settlement in 1946, Penang was merged into the Federation of Malaya in Malaysia now, despite a secessionist movement that originated from the city. The merger with Malaya went ahead and the Federation attained independence from the British 1957. Next is attraction place in Georgetown, which is street art in Georgetown. As we know that Georgetown is the capital of the Malaysian state of Penang. This state has been attracting tourists and travelers from all over the globe for a long time. However, its street art scene boomed in 2012. That year, Ernest Zakharevich is a Lithuanian artist that had been created 6 wall paintings during the celebration of the annual Georgetown Festival. These murals soon became worldwide famous to the point where one of them is a children on a bicycle is one of the most photographed spots of the city. 2 years later, the old town is full of murals. The trend that Ernest Zakharevich started kept growing, making the street art scene of Georgetown blossom. Now, international artists are invited to go there too and leave their mark in the old town. Walking through the center is like a scavenger hunt, trying to find not only all the original murals of Zakharevich but all the ones you can spot too. As you can see, this is a wall paintings that had been created by Ernest Zakharevich. For the second attraction place in Georgetown, which is Penang Hill Funicular Bukit Bendera. Penang Hill Funicular Bukit Bendera known as the first colonial hill station developed in Peninsular Malaysia. Penang Hill, also affectionately known as Bukit Bendera by the locals. It has a long and vibrant history and definitely a must-visit when in Penang. It is set about 821 meters above Georgetown. Penang Hill also offers amazing views of the city from the top, as well as chilly climate that's about 5 degrees cooler than at the lowlands. Due to its breathtaking views, unpolluted air, and is a popular weekend hangout spot for locals and tourists. For our information, Penang Hill have different opening hours, with most closing in the evening by 6 p.m. while others opening late in the night. Do note too that the Penang Hill funicular train only operated till 11 p.m. So, let me tell you what is the best thing that you can do at the Penang Hill. So first, you can hop on the Penang Hill funicular train. Second, you can go on a nature walk at the habitat Penang Hill. Third, you can unwind at the highest cafe in Penang. For the fourth, you can keep an eye out for rare flora and fauna. For the fifth, you can feast on a local delights or have an elegant English afternoon tea. For the sixth, you can see Georgetown come to life at night.
Colonial Penang Museum was something of a surprise. Instead, this spacious house contains a fantastic collection of antique furniture, gorgeous stained glass windows, and hundreds of priceless ornaments, artworks, and collectibles. In terms of sheer quality of the exhibits, this has to be among the top museum in Malaysia. During the colonial era, the British created the condition for Penang to become a vibrant, cosmopolitan free port attracting successful merchants and traders from all over the world who amassed tremendous wealth and liked to show it off. Chinese and Peranakans Baba Nyonya particularly thrived under British rule, and they emulated and favored with the English by building sprawling European-style mansions and filling them with the best that money could buy from Europe, Chinese, and elsewhere. The founder of the museum, Madame Jasmine Tan, assembled this wonderful collection of artifacts over half a century, gathered from the mansion of this wealthy merchant in the lively, opulent district of Georgetown, Penang, and elsewhere in the region. Colonial Penang Museum open from Monday until Sunday, and the entrance fee for adult is Rm30. For the child aged 5 to 12 is Rm15. Farquhar Street is a major thoroughfare in the city of Georgetown in Penang, Malaysia. Created in the late 18th century, the road forms part of the city centre civic precinct and is notable for the colonial building built under British rule. These include some of the most significant civic, religious, and commercial buildings of Penang, such as Penang High Court, Penang State Museum and Art Gallery, St. George Church, Church of the Assumption, and Eastern and Oriental Hotel. Farquhar Street was named after Robert Townsend Farquhar, who served as the second Lieutenant Governor of the Prince of Wales Island, now Penang Island. Farquhar Street was laid out towards the end of the 18th century and appeared in the earliest maps of Georgetown. However, it was only named Farquhar Street either during or after the terms of Robert Townsend Farquhar as the Lieutenant Governor between 1804 and 1805. As British officials and Europeans moved into Farquhar Street, a number of magnificent colonial buildings were erected along the road. The Anglicans completed the St. George Church at the junction with Pitt Street in 1818. why the Catholics built the Church of the Assumption in 1857. The famous Eastern and Oriental Hotel near the western end of Farquhar Street was constructed by the Sarkis brothers in the 1880s. The road also became the birthplace of some of the best English and missionary schools in Penang. The oldest of all, Penang Free School, now located at Greenland, was established in 1819 in what is now the Penang State Museum. Between 1856 and 1858, two Catholic schools, St. Xavier's Institution and Convent Light Street, were relocated to Farquhar Street. Both remain at the street to this day. Meanwhile, St. George Girls' School was founded by the Anglicans in the latter half of the 18th century. The school has since been moved to Macalister Road.
For the last one is conclusion. For the conclusion is the tourism stakeholders believe that the cultural heritage of Georgetown will bring positive change to the market and helping business in Georgetown. According to the stakeholders too, the restoration and conservation of heritage buildings in Georgetown, Penang is important. They are aware of the condition of the heritage buildings so that they could become partners in the restoration and conservation of the heritage buildings. However, they also prefer to have incentive and provision from the government for the restoration of historic buildings. Most of them agree that the restoration and conservation of the buildings will help Georgetown keep its WHS, known as a UNESCO World Heritage Site status. They assert that the government should spend more on heritage conservation efforts.
Lastly, I hope in the next generation will always take care of our historical relics that cannot find anywhere, so that people in next can remind and know the historical in our country. I hope we can introduce to the people out there that Malaysia rich about historical. Last but not least, during in this pandemic, I hope we can take care ourselves from COVID-19. Just stay at home and go out when there is a need only. That's all. Thank you.